Morning, everyone. Welcome to Wednesday. Time to get a little bit serious with this post. Um, there's a lot of debate around online discourse at the minute, especially given the wider social context in which we're working in and the events of the past few days. So I thought it was in the spirit of being useful today. I wanted to just spend a little bit of time talking about free speech and the online environment, given that we deal with the regulation of online content very often, and Ofcom's of the view that online discourse does lead to very much, well, leads in some cases really quickly to real world harm. So in terms of what you need to know as professionals, if you're on this platform or just as people in general, free speech, no matter what you might be told in the UK, absolutely matters, but here it's not unlimited. Um, what you do online can cross a legal line if you commit any number of different communications offences, or particularly when they incite some kind of hatred or violence, and that's a high bar. The UK law protects opinions, strong opinions, however informed or not they might be, under the Human Rights Act. What it doesn't protect is content that is threatening or abusive or intended or even likely to stir up some kind of racial hatred. Now, as I said before, that's a high threshold aimed at the most extreme cases, certainly not everyday debate. Um, whatever you might be told, there is no mass policing of posts, there's no mass surveillance of posts, and any case that is brought to the attention of the police or the Crown Prosecution Service is reviewed by a specialist prosecutor, and it's got to pass strict evidential and public interest tests, and to go forward, it's going to need the backing of the Attorney General. The point of this process is it's designed to protect free expression whilst also addressing serious harm that might be caused as a result of certain kinds of commentary. So the context matters here. The risk of a prosecution certainly increases when a post targets anyone because of their race or religion, encourages harm or violence, and appears during high tension moments like the one we're in. And certainly if they spread widely or go viral, and the timing, the tone, and the audience of the post all matter, all factor into a decision making process. So, from a professional's point of view, even if what you post isn't criminal, certainly it can damage your career. Platforms have their own rules, so will employers, and certainly if you're watching this on LinkedIn, the audience expects a pretty measured discourse. Um, but dealing with common myths, it's just words online, it doesn't matter. Well, Ofcom says, and the news says, and any number of different publications and organs of the state say that online speech can have real world impact. Free speech doesn't mean anything goes. It certainly doesn't cover incitement. And saying that the police watch everything just isn't true. Enforcement focuses on serious and harmful cases. So there is all the space in the world for a bold debate, but that has to be responsible. And certainly, you should always think about who you're addressing, why, how it can be taken, and what it might trigger. Normal service resumes tomorrow, but in the meantime, hopefully that's a bit of use. Cheers.